Hi, this is Ken Prather from GoldRealWealth. This is a video I've wanted to do for a long time, Precious Metals Buying Guide, because I think it removes another barrier, another obstacle people feel in preventing them from being precious metals owners. Not knowing where to go, where to find a trusted resource to buy these things from, how much I'm going to pay, what's a reasonable price to pay, and then what should I buy and where should I keep these assets. That's a daunting list of questions if you don't have good answers for, and that's what we're really all about, is answering all those questions. That's what Gold Real Wealth is here to do, is put precious metals in the hands of wealthy and everyday investors alike. So just to talk about the different weights, the measurements that you'll hear with gold, it's basically going to be ounces, grams, and kilograms. So in one subtle distinction, there is a difference between a troy ounce, which is generally what's used most often with precious metals, or at least with gold, a troy ounce versus a traditional ounce, and the troy ounce being almost 10% more weight than a traditional ounce. So sometimes those conversions can look funny if you're not looking at what you're expecting, if you're looking at ounces versus troy ounces. So there are the conversion tables on that. The most common ones that you'll run into. Just remember grams, troy ounces, and kilograms, and most of the time we're talking about troy ounces. So here are what the four major precious metals are: gold, silver, palladium, and platinum. And on those bars, you can see the industry standards. There's four nines and there's three nines. So the industry standard for gold and silver being four nines, and the industry standard for palladium and platinum being three nines, and that's purity. So we're going to take a look at gold, and we're going to look at gold in terms of what's available through the online platform that you can get access to by registering through GoldRealWealth.com. We're going to take a look at the inventory and what's available there, starting with gold bars. So the weights available with gold varies dramatically. You can get gold for as little as, with current prices, around say $180, up to things that are worth $600,000. And here's the high end here. Here's a 400 ounce gold bar going for over $600,000 currently at current prices. On the other end, you can get something for a small. This is a set of a 25 gram. These are 25 1 gram bars from PAMP, which is a French name. It's basically a Swiss refiner, one of the industry leading names. They have beautiful artwork, as well as very high quality, respected name. So those are the two extremes. That PAMP 25 gram set of bars would run approximately $1,300 at current prices. And so again, once you're logged in and you have an account through our online platform, you can easily sort through all this inventory. We'll have tons of examples of what you'll see when you're on that site. It's really meant to be a simple process, and it's very easy to navigate. But when we're talking about gold coins, these are the different country coins that are available from the mints from various countries. This is not an exhaustive list of all the countries that print coins, but these are the ones that will be available online. So you have two from the U.S. Mint: the American Buffalo, American Eagle. Then you have the Australian Kangaroo, the Austrian Philharmonic coin, the Canadian Maple Leaf, Great Britain Britannia, South African Krugerrand. So just to give an example of the two gold coins available from the U.S. Mint, you'll see the American Buffalo and the American Eagle are trading at different prices. And this is where we get into the subtleties of the purities. The American Buffalo was issued later, after the American Eagle was already in circulation, and it has a higher purity standard. And so that's why you see a slight premium if you compare the New York price on both. There's a slight premium for the American Buffalo because there's a higher purity content there. I bring up the Canadian Maple Leaf 1 ounce coin as an example because you get high purity content, high purity content with that. It's higher than, let's say, the American Eagle, and you can generally get a premium discount when, buying a Maple Leaf coin versus a U.S. Mint coin. And just to give you an example of what you're going to pay, we all want to know what the cost is here. And the cost to you, you can always see what their cost is. The site lays out, even when it's not straightforward like this. You'll see it in other examples. You'll see what the per ounce price is of this coin, and then you can compare that by doing a Google search for what the current spot price is for gold at the time you're looking at purchasing. And the site is always automatically updating for what the current prices are. So what you would do here is you have a buy price of 1541 at New York, and you compare that to the spot price of gold, which at this moment, as this video is being created, is 1501 and 30 cents, so 1501.30. So you basically you divide the 1541 over the 1501, giving you a premium, what your cost is on that coin of 2.7%. And this brings up another, I think, great advantage of this site. We're never going to be the cheapest, but we're not going to be the most expensive either. We're going to have very competitive pricing, and by being sort of, I would say, lower cost pricing without being the lowest, it really shows that you're getting access to. There's no fly-by-night operations that we align ourselves with. These are very deep, well-entrenched companies within the industry. We don't work with any fly-by-night companies. There's a great deal of technology that goes behind what you see online, and this is a cutting-edge platform. So again, it won't be the cheapest, but it'll be very competitive, and that's a very competitive price, a 2.7% premium for a gold coin. And you'll see the links there, and when you go to buy, there are volume discounts based if you are buying larger amounts, so you'll be able to even drive that premium down further. But a 1 ounce coin is not the only option available for gold coins. It can go all the way down. It can go a ½ ounce, quarter ounce, and a tenth of an ounce. So again, if gold prices are about 1,500 right now, it's going to cost you 1,500 and change for a 1 ounce coin. Maybe you don't have that. Maybe you want to get started with something less. You can go all the way down to a 1/10 of an ounce coin. As you move down the weighting scale, as you might expect, the premiums are going to be more, but that just may be the money that you have available. And so what I love about all this is that someone doesn't even need to have $1,000 or $2,000 to become a precious metals investor. If they have a few $100 in the case of gold, they can be an investor. And with silver, it's even cheaper. So here's silver. Just giving you an example, the premiums are higher on silver because it's a lower priced metal, so there's less dollar profit in there for the supply chain. But again, this for silver, 3.25% premium. When we look at the price here versus the current spot, that's a very competitive price for silver. If I walk into my coin shop, let's say that silver's trading $18, I'll probably pay $21 or $22. That's a much higher percentage premium than you're paying here online. And obviously, the bigger weights you buy, you're going to get better premiums. Just to give you an example, what else is out there available on the site? You can buy 1 ounce bars of platinum, and you can buy 1 ounce bars of palladium. So this brings us then to the really important question of what you're going to do with the metals. And again, another sort of obstacle that people have for even getting started in this process. And so this is going to make it as easy as possible. You will have the opportunity on the site to buy for delivery or buy for storage. I know my own comfort level is much more on the storage side, because I know whatever security I create, whether it's a safe in my house, whether I go bury it somewhere, I don't feel my own personal security system is going to be quite as good as these professional vaults like Brinks and Loomis. They're going to have a lot more tools to bear to protect those assets. And in addition, when you have it stored with one of our facilities, the storage costs also include insurance. So everything you have in those storage facilities are insured. But just a couple more details on that. The storage costs, if you hold gold at one of the storage facilities, it depends on the amount that you're holding, but that can range anywhere from 0.5% or 50 basis points up to 0.7% or 70 basis points. For silver, it's going to be a range from 60 basis points to 80 basis points, and those are annual numbers. And again, the important point there is that you're getting those assets fully insured, and none of those things are a guarantee for you then, and certainly nothing's a guarantee, but none of those things are guaranteed when you take delivery. When you take delivery, and certainly you need to have some assets close by in terms of a crisis, but the larger amounts you're going to have, the more storage seems to make sense. But if you take delivery, you're taking it out of the chain of custody, and so then you'll be the one that's responsible, obviously, for if it gets stolen. You can certainly get insurance, but you're going to let more and more people know about this asset that you have, and it's amazing how word gets out. You're going to be responsible for storing that somewhere, and if you have a safe, it's amazing how many people learn to find out that you do have a safe around. So to me, it's unnerving taking ownership of large amounts of precious metals. And then you'll also be responsible for selling it back at some point. You'll have to get it delivered to some sort of dealer or storage facility, and they are under no obligation, since it's been out of the chain of custody, to take that back, because they need to make sure that it's legitimate metal. So delivery versus storage, very important consideration. But the key is the storage facilities we have access to, both in the United States and worldwide, give you far more protection than you probably can do on your own. Moving on to two other areas I think are just real game changers for this precious metals online platform. It's just the ability to roll over your retirement assets, whether it's a 401k, a pension plan, a profit sharing plan, to a precious metals IRA. That is an option that I don't think most people think about. They just think about rolling it over to a brokerage account or a bank. And in other videos, I talk about why those can be really dangerous choices right now. Having a precious metals IRA is, in my mind, giving an investor a non-lethal option as compared to those brokerage and bank options, and putting it into something that has an amazing, ancient history of holding its value and being a timeless asset. The custodian we use for those IRAs, there is a $100 administrative fee, regardless of the size of the account. The other option I think is really powerful. It's just the ability to, just like your 401k or any sort of payroll deduction, you get to just automatically fund that precious metals account, whether it's a regular account or an IRA. You can just set up an auto draft with your bank, and bam, $100, $200, $500, $5,000 can, whatever amount you want, can be auto drafted into your precious metals account from your bank on a monthly basis. So here's an example where delivery can make a lot of sense. To protect your family against the situation where the power grid is off for a sustained period of time, let's say it's even during the winter, and or the ATMs aren't working, getting a monster box for your family ahead of time could be one of the most valuable things you could do, even better than getting a power generator. And what the monster box is it comes in two varieties: a 100 silver coin set or a 500 box of silver coins, all wrapped in tubes, generally of 25 coins each in each tube. And so then you have this nice tightly packaged unit ready to go in an emergency, and to have some precious metals on hand. And what makes silver so unique of the four precious metals is its price. So it's in smaller denominations, so you can sort of use that as money if you can't get access to cash. Having a 1 ounce gold coin isn't going to help you as much in a crisis because it's not divisible. It's sort of like trying to trade a cow. It's hard to cut up the cow. This way with the silver, it's already cut up for you. It's already ready to go in smaller dollar amounts. So a 500 silver coin set is available on the site, as well as a 500 gold coin set, but we won't even talk about how much that costs. The silver 500 set is almost $10,000. But this also brings up another point, in that if you don't see something on the storefront, we we can get it in the back. Generally, if you don't see something, we can get it. So if you see something you'd like, for example, a hundred silver coin monster box, contact me and we'll make that happen. So just because you don't see something on the the initial online inventory doesn't mean that we can't get it. So that's all I wanted to cover today. I sure would appreciate your comments. And I know there's many more questions to all this people have. I certainly didn't cover everything. I'd love to know what people want to hear about. And as always, your feedback is critical. Your ideas, your comments, I can't tell you how much I appreciate them and really need them to continue to see what we're not covering and to improve here. So please, whether they're rude or kind comments, send them on. They all help. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great day.